So this time the aim was to buy just this. And all that you will see happened. How is it that it's just been a couple of months since H&M opened up near my house and I already have these many bags from there. Enjoy! So let's start with something different today. Instead of going category wise, let's go brand wise, and let's start with H&M. The first thing I picked up from there is this plain black sleeveless coat, and this one is very functional because it has deep pockets, so we can actually store our essential stuff rather than just having pockets for show, and also keep our hands warm. Then we've got a little button which is invisible and it'll just go right there, so that if you wish to button down the coat and wear it, it'll give a more structured look and a longer satin collar. Then this coat does not have a belt, which I really appreciate because I'm not the biggest fan of belted coats, and this is what it looks like from all the sides. Now longline coats like this look amazing with just a basic t-shirt, basic denims and just ankle boots, and they also complement bodycon dresses and mini skirts really well. So this did actually deserve to be for 3,000 rupees, but in the sale it was just for 1,000 rupees, so it was a no-brainer to pick it up. Now a plain black sling kind of a bag is an essential, but I've seen so many handbags and I don't like handbags. So when I saw this one which came with a strap, completely loved it. And these handles don't come down, they're like structured and fixed, which is kind of unique. And then it comes with these buttons on the side which you can open if you need to extend the bag, and it is very spacious inside. And then it comes with all the golden detailing, especially the 4 little stands at the bottom, so that you don't end up dirtying the bag if you want to keep it down. And then it has 2 zips with a huge compartment in the middle and the zips on the either side. So if you have something really important, you can just keep it in the zips, and the whole bag is so freaking spacious and just some golden detailing right there. Simple, classic, and that's so beautiful. Originally priced for 3,000 rupees, which is for 1,500 in the sale, and that leads us to the best item ever, a pom-pom beanie. So before H&M opened up near my house, Forever 21 was my dig out for all the beanies that I ever needed, but H&M has really made me forget it because the design, the cable knit, the symmetrical lines and the ombre for pom-pom just makes me feel so luxurious, which I don't exactly feel at Forever 21's beanies. And this was meant to be for 800 rupees, but it was down to just 350 in the sale. Like, Forever 21 beat that. Moving on to kind of a non-winter item, this is the only summery kind of item I picked up, but then I think you're allowed to do so if it's on a sale. So this one is a sheer maxi skirt with a really mini opaque lining inside, and this style is quite in trend, so it was a no surprise. But then I have tried to make it wintry for hot cities like Mumbai. You can just pair up a thin winter looking t-shirt, tie a messy bun or a half up knot, and you're ready to go for a kind of a sunny winter. And I quite like this look. It does look wintry, and this was meant to be for 800 rupees as well, but it was down to just 150 in the sale. Now moving on to a rather interesting section, shoes. And this time I've picked up quite a few pairs. The first one being these pair of flats, which are very unique in design, and that's why my mom actually bought a pair for herself, because she found them very comfortable, and then she made me buy them even though they were not on the sales. After a week, for the first time, she dragged me to H&M for me. Like, you have to get these flats, they're so freaking good. That's what she said, and they truly are. They're the only pair of flats I can walk in, and they were not on sale. They were for 1,000 rupees, and that's what we paid for 2 pairs of them. Then we bought these pair of Oxfords. Like, we bought 2 pairs of flats and 2 pairs of these Oxfords, so we can twin someday. And they're just glossy Oxfords with not a lot of heel and a pointed toe, which makes it all the more classy. Then the heel has a little bit of golden detailing, which is again dainty with little golden aglets. Now I did see a couple of pairs of Oxfords at Zara, but Zara footwear is the most uncomfortable footwear I ever own. So I saw these at H&M, walked a bit, and they're heaven to walk in, and they were so cheap, just for 1,000 rupees down from 2,699. So So the last pair of shoes from H&M are these plain black block-heeled ankle boots, and because they're so basic, they're just perfect. Now I did a little operation with them. The thing is that the other sizes were on a sale, so basically this just missed a sale sticker, and I wanted to check if they told me upfront, that is सामने से, that this is on a sale. But they did not. They were asking me for 2,300 unless and until I told them it's on a sale. So they won't tell you, and they might just end up taking a lot of money from you. So be very careful, check all the sizes, and then go ahead to pay. And this was meant to be for 2,300, but I paid just 850 for it in the sale. So getting to the point, this was the main purpose of going to H&M, buying non-suffocating, perfect mid-rise jeans, and nothing could have fitted this description better. The material is so blooming good, and the waistline is properly high, so mom and me can wear crop tops. Actually it's for mom, but I can borrow it, right, like I did for this video. And the wash is really cool as well. This denim was MRP'd at $17.99, and that's what we paid for it. And exactly the same for this as well. It's the same mid-rise and very comfortable, really stretchy. And I think they might be from the same range, but mom threw the tags away, so I'm really sorry, I can't help with the details. But I can guarantee that if you want denims, H&M had like genuinely 25 pairs of denims, so it was very easy for us to pick the ones we wanted. And this was also for $17.99. Both of them were from the new arrival. And that leads us to Zara! Starting with a scarf, which I did buy quite some time back, but it definitely falls in the winter collection. I did see it recently when I went to Zara, and it's my favorite for sure. It is very soft. It is red and black checked / plaid, which is one of my favorite patterns, and it's slightly frayed at the bottom and can be styled any way you want. It's not very long, and because it's a unique shape, you can make it almost any length you want it to be. I'll show it to you soon. And it's so snuggly, and it's just very comfortable, and it's very high quality. That is why I don't hesitate buying something at MRP on Zara. And it is actually a square shaped scarf, so you can fold it into a triangle and make it very long, or you can just roll it and let it be like a normal scarf. And here I'm trying the triangle technique and trying to make it longer than what it was. Now because it's a very thin material, it can definitely be used in the summers as well, depending on the way you style it. And that is why even though it was for $14.90, I did not hesitate even a bit to pay that much. Then comes this foulard. Now foulards are essentially just scarves, but thicker and bigger, and they're meant to keep you warmer. So this one is an ombre of the prettiest shade of blue. It's just again very high in quality, knowing Zara. And this one has a crepe effect, and my mom calls it kind of a Netaji shawl, which is a great insult to the scarf because it's a real piece of beauty. Now you can roll it and try to make it look like an Infiniti scarf, or if you are someone like me who will feel cold almost all around the year, then this is perfect, because then I can just roll it open and wrap myself and be the most cozy person and yet feel good about what I'm wrapping myself up in. Like, this is the next best thing to a Kashmiri shawl. Now I can be kind of warm and stylish at the same time, which is just the best combo, and that is why I did not hesitate to pay rupees $15.90 for the foulard. Now moving on to the only pair of shoes I picked up recently from Zara. They are these nude block heels with an ankle strap, but they are the most uncomfortable shoes I've ever owned. And Zara does a good job at duping everything, because Clarks would sell something like this for 6,000, but even though they have half the price, like this was for 2,990 MRP, but they're just very hurting to the toes. And all the shoes by Zara that I own, like I own flats, sneakers and boots, all of them are very uncomfortable. So even though they were on a sale and I paid just rupees 1,990, they don't work for me that well. Now moving on to the last bit, which is this hat. It's a perfect girly hat because it's minimal. It's not a very huge hat, that's why I can wear it in Mumbai winter sometimes. And it's handmade, if that makes any difference. I mean, it makes me feel better about wearing it. And yeah, such pieces are better picked up in the sale, right? So this was meant to be for like 1,990, but in the sale it was just for 690, and that is why I decided to invest in one hat. And here is a bonus for you, some comforting pieces from Biba. So I've tried to make a dress by buying a top and a garter of the similar pattern, and this is the top. The golden print is similar to the border of the skirt, which you will soon see, and it just makes of a really elegant, simple, sober dress, and it was for around 1300, but I paid 1100 for it. Now moving on to the garter, that was actually the first piece I spotted. And just look at how beautiful it is. I couldn't take my eyes off it, and luckily I do have a wedding coming up, and mostly everybody does have at least a couple of weddings to attend to, so I thought of sharing this with you. And Biba is still on a sale if you want to rush. It has little details, the hanging part, I'm not sure what to call it. It is kind of flared, and the golden detailing, which is so minimalistic, makes the look very sober. And do know that it is not exactly my size, but I want it to be this tight, so Biba will do the fitting, but after the sales are over, and then the dress will look even prettier. So this was meant to be for around 2300, but I got for around 2000 rupees in the sale. Now moving on to affordable sweatshirts, I really find full sleeve t-shirts so expensive for no reason, and hence I found my own places to shop for them, and hence I'm going to give you 3 hideouts. Now the first hideout is where I got this t-shirt from, and you have known this place. I'll link it right there because it doesn't make sense to spend more time explaining the same place, so you can click there and know where to get that from. The second one is this patchy sweatshirt, and I got this from a place in Ville Parle. The exact details to where it is and what other stuff they have will be there. And the third and final sweatshirt I did get from this shop, which I don't go to really often, but then if you're lucky you may find some thick sweaters like this, and it is one of the sweaters I wear the most. Now I've got this from there, and you can visit and check it out. It's like doing Bhangra, pointing out to all those cards. Now moving on to dainty pieces, they are definitely up my alley, and so I picked up a couple of accessories for my mom. The first one was this bracelet. Now I picked up just this one initially, and because it's adjustable, you can definitely wear it on your wrist or up your arm like a cuff, or just down below, a loose little effect. It's just so comfortable as well, and the cutout detail makes it special, and it's very light in weight. And then she made me go and buy a couple more designs because that's how much she loved it. Now, I've been shopping from this vendor since 12 to 13 years, and these bracelets were a steal. You will get blown away when you come to know about its price, and the designs make a huge difference on how they look, and they are so stackable as well. Like, see? So each of these bracelets is just for ₹50 each, and they come in a packaging of that sort from this place. Now this is Mr. Kamal's little dugout, and I have been shopping from him since like 12-13 long years, and he's a very kind person because he's always smiling and always ready to help and give you the latest collection. And yes, he is based here, and I'll try and leave his contact details below as soon as possible. And you have to stop when you see Shubham Footwear or Parshvi collection, because that's where his shop is located, like right outside them, and there's Borivali platform 1. So from platform 1 you have to keep walking in Diamond Talkies direction and stop when you see those shops, and you will see Mr. Kamal's little shop and say hello to him. The last and the most essential item in this winter haul are these socks. Now everybody loves toasty feet in the winter, and so do I. So I do have a couple of shoes which are not very comfortable, and hence I ordered myself 2 more pairs of Nike anti-blister socks. And yes, I have tried them before, and they're true to word. I have genuinely not gotten even one blister after trying them. So you can pause the video and check out the description if you wish to, but they are the best things I've ever owned, and because I'll be wearing them under boots, they won't be that visible. And plus at 445 I paid just ₹270 for each pair because of the Myntra sale. These are one pair of socks which actually come with the left and right signs, and I really appreciate Nike for that. So do like it if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you very soon. Goodbye.